for the good people of Atlantic City, Missouri. And guess what? B.A. Anthony Swan, State Monitor Doug, Toro, Leon Costello, our budget team, Tom Monahan. We sat in a room the other day. They said, Mayor, here is the tax decrease. I said, no way. Not enough. No way in the world that I'm taking that to Trenton in March when the Lieutenant Governor reviews the budget and ultimately approves it. Said, come back next week, we're going to sharpen our pencils. That's what I expect from my administration, to go above and beyond for the good people of Atlantic City, because we suffered far too long. But Atlantic City, you got a leader that truly cares. Each and every day, my goal is to make this city better. I don't know when the last time this happened in recent memory, but the budget right now, Lieutenant Governor, is under $200 million. That's important. Leon Costello said it again. The amount that's allowable by law that Atlantic City, please pay attention to this, Atlantic City is so far under the spending cap, it's not even funny. If necessary, we can spend $57 million more. But we're not going to do that. Here's a did you know? This is for the people who say that the city just hires everybody and is being irresponsible. That's not the case. Because did you know, in the 2020 budget, $72 million was budgeted for salaries and wages, and we didn't use it. We saved $4 million. We have funded vacancies that have lingered for 3 years. So when you see us hiring people, more than likely it's a backfill, it's not a new hire. But everything is approved and is budgeted for. That's fiscal responsibility, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to continue to seek more grant funding, and I thank the state of New Jersey for the $20 million that you gave us in leftover Sandy funds to shore up our resilience. Now, pay attention to this too. We're going to wrap up and get to some exciting stuff. The historic total annual budget. I think the year before that it was $262.5 million. For those in the back who can't see, 2016, basically $242 million. 2017, $222 million. 2018, $220 million. 2019, $207 million. 2020, $201 million. And the reason why I said that, 2016, I became the city council president and the chairman of revenue and finance. And the BA, who was the solicitor back then, will tell you, we cut what we needed to cut till we couldn't cut no more. We held these contractors responsible, and that's good government. And in 2021, under $200 million. This is a statistical breakdown of the 2020 budget, just to give you a couple of numbers. Police and fire, 28.4%. Administration, that's all departments. That's not the mayor's office. That's all departments. 23%. And all the way down to debt service, 18.4%. The city has debt. But the debt falls off the cliff in about 7 years. That's if we don't do nothing. All the debt will be going to zero by 2043. This is important as well, because the numbers don't lie. 2010, 1,299 full-time employees. 2011, 1,241. 2012, 1,245. 2013, 1,293. 2014, 1,223. 2015, 1,050. 2016, 994. 2017, 915. 892 and 18, 872 and 19 and 889 and 20. We don't want to hear that. We're giving you the numbers. We're being extremely responsible and careful with your tax dollars. CRDA, we coming to you again, Matt. We're going to ask you for $650,000 that you guys set aside for a comprehensive recreation program. We're going to ask you for $1 million in demo again. We appreciate the Mega Vaccination Center. We're coming to you for NCO and Class 2 officers as well. But this is new. Public Works and License and Inspection, stand up. Me and Matt had a phone call. And he's a mayor, he understands. He says, Mayor, everything don't have to be police and fire. What about the little people? The working poor? Public Works. We're coming to them for 15 new full-time Public Works employees because we need it. We want to be cleaner. And also 5 full-time code enforcement because that is a big job to regulate these short-term rentals. And Matt, we expect to be approved. Here's the biggest thing. For the people that's not in the know, we here tonight to educate the public. When they say, why the CRDA why don't they pay taxes? It's simple. It's a state agency. They are tax exempt. Matt Doherty says it all the time. If you have an idea and a plan, I'll give you the land for free. Atlantic City, the businesses, people that are interested in investing here, we are open for business. Open your mouth. We will have a CDL trucking school on Beta Field, late spring, early summer. And that's designed to provide opportunities. We had 2 young kids from Atlantic City that own the trucking school. They said the minimum salary is $52,000. Who wouldn't take that? We want to provide these opportunities for people. And housing incentives for professionals. And I think I may have found the Lieutenant Governor's retirement home. Everybody give me a drum roll on your lap. No. Godfather. Come on, Godfather. No, but this is exciting. This is a vision of mine. Atlantic Avenue. There's almost a full city square block. I have worked with Tom Sykes from Sash Architect. You hear tonight, Tom? And Tom is responsible for a lot of these graphics. I work with AC Defco, and we are going to work with CRDA to get this done. This is citywide. We need housing incentives for professionals. There are people in my generation that were born and raised here in Atlantic City, but the past tax issues drove them out. We want them back. We need to bring the middle class back, but we need to give them something to aspire to. So, AC Defco, City of Atlantic City, CRDA, an unnamed project. Here we go. This is what it looks like. Atlantic Avenue in between Rhode Island and Massachusetts. Bam. It's a mixed-use development, 2 to 4 bedrooms, different income levels. This is going to take Atlantic City to the next level. Here we go. Look at that. That's it. Round of applause. You see the skyline. Engineering, and we almost wrapping up. Engineering. To the good people from Venice Park, I promised that I would carry William Speedy Marsh's torch to get this done. When he retired, I said, I'm going to get you a retirement gift. You live by the Venice Park Bridge. My administration is going to get it done. So we're going to have a community meeting within the next month to talk about alternative routes traffic patterns for buses, residents, and everything else, because under construction by the month of April is a new Venice Park Bridge, and we will show you the slide. We're going to finish the streets from 2020 like New York Avenue, but we have to wait for the MUA to clear the way. That's the only delay. So we're going to work with the new director to get that done. By the end of the year, you're going to connect the boardwalk to Gardner's Basin, the Casting Point connector. Albany Avenue will be paid from the bridge to Atlantic Avenue. With the state money, we have got bulkheads, Gardner's Basin, Ducktown, and Lower Chelsea. Goes from Lower Chelsea all the way to the expressway. And we even got $1 million to design the second bridge in Venice Park. That's key, and it needs repair as well. And the Atlantis Avenue pump station, which the federal government gave us money for, to alleviate flooding in Midtown and other areas along the corridor. And the main avenue streetscape that happened last year for the people who frequently visit the Inkwell, as we affectionately call it, the first beach. The parking situation tremendously improved. And this year we're going to take it to another level, and we're going to do the main avenue promenade over the boardwalk that's going to feature enhanced lighting in that area. This is the last group of slides. I think we're excited. Can we say great day? Great day. Can we say great day? Great day. Projects. Journey starts at home, ladies and gentlemen. Every development doesn't have to be a grand slam. We need singles, doubles, sometimes take a base, take a walk. Frank Doherty, please stand up. Yeah? Well, Frank and Joe Doherty, we know him in Atlantic City as owning Doc's Oyster House, Knife and Fork Inn, Harry's Oyster Bar. They are investing in an old steakhouse and resorts. It's going to be called Doherty's Steakhouse and Raw Bar. So congratulations to the Dohertys for believing in Atlantic City. Caesars Entertainment, 2021 will be a new era for Atlantic City with the revitalization of Center City Boardwalk. They are thrilled to announce right here in Atlantic City over the next 3 years that their company is committed to investing $400 million to make enhancements to Caesars, Harris, and Tropicana. It shows that people remain bullish on Atlantic City and will help champion the market's effort to position Atlantic City for long-term growth and success. Steve Callan, stand up one more time, because I think I might have got your staff in trouble, because I don't even know if you saw this yet, but this is breaking news. This is what the new rooms for these properties will look like. Bam. Give them a round of applause. Bader Field. We already talked about what we're going to use it as a temporary use. We are committed to get this developed. The state administration is committed to get it developed. But we can't just go out there and build. It starts with a process. And the city is leading that charge by taking out a citywide dredging permit that makes it easier and speeds up the process. We need to raise Bader Field another 6 to 8 feet in some areas. And we have a plan to do so. And we look forward to entertaining exciting proposals that's going to sustain the Atlantic City taxpayers for many years to come. The boardwalk. Why is it a picture of U.S. Senator Cory Booker up there? Bruce Weeks and I were in the office making my millionth change to this plan. And we got Cory Booker on the phone. I said, Senator, you've been a tremendous champion for Atlantic City. We need your help. We need to rebuild the Atlantic City boardwalk. We need you to get us a meeting with Peter Buttigieg, who is a former presidential candidate, was a mayor in Indiana of a small city. They called the Mayor Pete. Even won the Iowa caucus. But now he's a part of the Biden administration. He is known for earth-shattering developmental projects. What better infrastructure project was used in the first boardwalk, the famous Atlantic City boardwalk? So we're working with the Senator to get that done. Atlantic Avenue. 2021 is happening. New lighting up and down Atlantic Avenue. It's something that's called a road diet. You really can't see because of the images. Uzo Ahir Walkway, our city engineer, please stand up. Atlantic Avenue is 4 lanes now, 2 in each direction. And we just had an unfortunate tragedy of a community staple with a former Atlantic City school teacher, God rest her soul, Jill Collette. She was killed on Atlantic Avenue because the studies show that Atlantic Avenue is dangerous, not just for people hanging out, panhandling, and doing things, but it's dangerous for vehicles. So in 2021, we're going to take Atlantic Avenue from 4 lanes to 2. It's going to be a bike lane on both sides, as well as parking on both sides. In addition to the parking, we get new curb sidewalks and a concrete median in the middle of the street. That's Atlantic Avenue in 2021. Caspian Point, controversial land. You see this red part right here? This land is owned by Jared Kushner, who is the son-in-law of Donald Trump. We have our attorneys, and we're working with other organizations to come up with a plan. We are going after this land like no one's business because it's prime land. Now the boardwalk connects the Gardner's Basin. That's boardwalk frontage. It opens up multiple opportunities. And we need to take that land back or make them develop it for the residents of Atlantic City. Representatives from Atlantic Care, please stand. This is the Atlantic Care expansion. It is happening, ladies and gentlemen. If you ride on Atlantic Avenue, you see the construction fence up. We can't wait to get this facility going. Stockton Phase 2. You want from Stockton here? I know some of them out back. 450 plus beds. And guess what? We already working on Phase 3. This is what private investment look like. This is private student housing. Don Haviland, please stand up. This is called the Melrose at Albany Avenue. Another view. This is a project. It's a car wash right across from that property. No city money, no city involvement. This is Splash and Dash Car Wash by Hard Cheese LLC. Monty Dom, who is the owner of the Ton Tavern, and I encourage everyone to go there after we finish. But the Ton Tavern, he is investing in another Atlantic City project. Monty, are you here? Stand up. Don't be shy. All right. I would like to introduce 2 of my good friends, Jimmy Whitehead and Derek Brock. Please stand up. This is the Atlantic City Envision Center. My administration has pledged a strong commitment and partnership. And you know, a lot of times after elections happen, people just talk and say nice things. I'm committed to Atlantic City no matter who's doing the job. If we can help, we will. We talked to Matt Doherty about the request. And we're working extremely hard to see your Envision Center vision come true. And the Envision Centers are centralized hubs that provide people with resources and support needed to excel, focusing on economic empowerment, educational awareness, health and wellness, character, and leadership. We applaud you for your efforts. As I said, we are getting Atlantic City residents different options, career paths. Will the representatives from Lincoln Tech stand up? This is the building on 200 North Texas that Ocean Inc. owns, but they're partnering with Lincoln Tech to provide plumbers, carpentry, and they even have a contract for phlebotomy with Atlantic Care. So we're going to provide our residents opportunities to have long, sustaining careers. Give them a round of applause. Here's another exciting project, focusing on the building trade. The operating engineers. This is a former bank building on New York and Pacific Avenue. $4.5 million investment. CRDA put in 2.5. The operating engineers will train 100 people per year, Operating engineers will focus on local Atlantic City residents for training and job placement. So momentarily, your plate is about to be full. Jobs will include significant salaries along with health care and pension. Great opportunity. This is the Venice Park Bridge. The bridge will be raised. It will be expanded to include the crosswalk, and we're excited that that project will be completed in 2021. In addition to that, as I stated, we've obtained another $1 million, and Jim Rotella, you need to get us more, for design. The second bridge is in the design phase, and now we're going after the monies to get that done too for the good people in Venice Park. We talk about renovation and improving the housing stock. Ladies and gentlemen, 2021, this is the Schoolhouse Apartments. Tim Cunningham, please stand up. Tim represents Wynn Development, which is the company that is doing this. This is the Liberty Apartments. As you see, it's almost complete. And this is the Distant. Much, much, much better. Tom Hannon, please stand up, Executive Director of the Housing Authority. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the oldest projects in America. It's getting renovated in 2021, and it will look like this. So congratulations to the good people in Buzzard Village. This is something that we're all excited about. The city of Atlantic City donated we didn't donate, I'm still seeking. We did one of those trades. Let me explain that real quick. We swapped, but we call it a trade because I said that I want another land and something else later. So in sports, when you get traded for a player to be named later, this is what this is. But we gave a square block. This is Connecticut and New Jersey in between Baltic and Melrose. This is going to be called Stanley Jr. site. And it's going to have a medical component with Atlantic Care on the facility. We're excited about that. Hey, it's coming. It's coming. Let me tell you how the pandemic messed things up. On February 19th, 2020, we had a meeting at CRDA with ShopRite. Now, a lot of people want to say all the things, or the supermarket ain't coming, but a lot of people don't know. Let me educate you very quickly, because I see my wife looking at me saying, hurry up. But if I didn't have all of these projects and vision to tell, I would be a failure to the good people of Atlantic City. I take being your mayor extremely seriously. So, it had to be February 19th. We agreed, said, all right, March 18th, we're going to huddle back up. March 16th, the world changed in Atlantic City. We closed casinos. City Hall went full remote. Kids were out of school. The reason why ShopRite didn't happen, like it was supposed to happen, they were bullish on the great city of Atlantic City. They said 40,000 square feet. No, we want 60,000 square feet. We want to build, have a fulfillment center. We want to have a commissary. We want to have a regional training center. But the problem is, where the land is, if you go across Indiana Avenue, that's a firehouse. Can't do that. If you go across Ohio Avenue, the people from Atlantic Care wouldn't be happy with us. You can't cross, that's the express lane to the hospital. So we came up with different options. Matt said, go back, sharpen your pencils again for 40,000 square feet, but it's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, and if it don't happen, it will not be from our effort. We're doing each and everything that we possibly can to make this happen for the good people of Atlantic City. When we talk about family fun entertainment, when we talk about private developers, it's happening with a group from MPMB Developers, North Beach Mini Golf. Please stand. This is an 18-hole miniature golf course. It's located up in the First Ward, and it's right next to Altman Playground. So we're excited to work with them to make that vision come true, to add much-needed family entertainment. Here we go. Showboat Water Park. Is Brandon Dixon here? Brandon is the president of Tower Investments, that's Bart Blackstein's right hand. I wish I could announce the other thing that's happening at Showboat, but Bart didn't give it to me until late, but we should be excited about that. But this is a game changer, and it's happening. In a couple of months, we will break ground. That's an all-glass structure featuring a retractable roof. I feel some type of way because it makes me think about Jerry's World, the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. And y'all know how I feel about the Cowboys. But that's exciting. And I remember meeting with Terry Tucker, the Lieutenant Governor's Chief of Staff, and she was excited to get her family down here to partake in this water park. But it's not only for kids, it's an adult-only section too. But I can't show that stuff. Game changer. Dr. John Regis, please stand up. My kids, Jada and Marty, cannot say, and other kids, they can never say, I'm Atlantic City born, I'm Atlantic City bred, and when I die, I'm going to be Atlantic City dead. You might be the other two, but you're not born in Atlantic City. And we talked about this in last year's State of the City address, and we got educated by the professionals of Atlantic Care on why, for spacing purposes, it couldn't be here. But this is a private investment. He's working with the federal government. He is working with CRDA. He's working with the Atlanta County Improvement Authority. And this is a project on the north side. And this is the Reliance Medical North Side Project. And it's going to have a birthing center. So kids can be born in Atlantic City. He's going to expand his offices and bring the Reliance headquarters back to the great city of Atlantic City. Thank you, Dr. Regis. Now, everybody stand up and give this one a round of applause because I got a story to tell you. Not you, LG. Look. Will Ralph Hunter please stand up? Are you here, Mr. Hunter? Oh, so Mike Johnson is here on his behalf. This is significant on so many levels. And CRDA has invested in the north side and projects like no one else. And again, Matt, I can't thank you enough. This is on the corner of Kentucky and Arctic Avenue. We are calling this building KY in the Curve. And the partners are the City of Atlantic City, CRDA, the Housing Authority, the African American Museum, and ACCC. On the first floor will be the first African American museum in the state of New Jersey in a municipality. The goal is to have this open by the 2022 in the summer when the NAACP convention happens. Now you see arts, the culture, you see the design, how we're brighten that building up, steps away from the newly renovated schoolhouse. That's development, ladies and gentlemen. If you build it, they'll come. On the second floor, we're going to have state-of-the-art recording studios, video production suites, and a photography studio for who? For our young people and residents that want to hone their craft and we can keep them off the street. This is what community partnership looks like. And Tom, I would like to thank you for partnering with the Choice Neighborhood Grant, putting it into the building. So we're going to make this happen. Now, this is truly a game changer. The second housing market. Some of you remember me on the front page of the press, standing next to Wasim Barai with blueprints in my hand, working with MGM, Time Balance, or whatever. We didn't stop. The pandemic didn't stop us. So I'm proud to announce this project that MGM and Barai are pursuing on the MGM's land adjacent to the Golden Nugget. This project is for waterfront market-raised townhomes, which is a sector that has been lacking in Atlantic City for years. This is an example of the city's collaboration with the state and CRDA, who recognize that this type of development could be a game changer in the great city of Atlantic City. If you ride straight down Golden Nugget and you can't go anymore, don't drive into the bay. If you can't go anymore, this is what you're going to see. Waterfront housing here in the great city of Atlantic City. Now, my last two slides. Can we say great day? Now, on January 16th, 2020, At Caesars in the Palladium Ballroom, Mayor Small gave his first State of the City address. And I thought I laid out some robust plans and everything else. I thought that I would get several standing ovations. The one thing that got a standing ovation is when we said our goal for 2020 was to demolish Trump Plaza, and that's the slide that we used. I'm proud to announce to you, ladies and gentlemen, 13 months and a day later, next Wednesday at 9 a.m., Trump Plaza will be imploded. Other administrations talked about getting it done, but we walked the walk, ladies and gentlemen. We got aggressive. We took them to court, and our construction officials, and kudos to Anthony Cox, who is our construction official, deemed it an imminent public health and safety hazard. And as mayor of the great city of Atlantic City, I'm responsible for the health, safety, and welfare for everyone. But guess what? Now that all the hoopla is done, after about 9, 10, it'll be over. And then we got to clean up 8 stories worth of debris. That's how tall it's going to stand. But I'm not concerned about that. I'm concerned about the rebuild. And as hard as I worked to get this building down, I'm going to use that same effort and energy to work with Carl Icahn and his group to bring in exciting development. Now, we don't own the land, so we don't control it. But if I had it my way, we get one shot, Lieutenant Governor, just like on Pay the Field. Assemblyman Mazzio, Council President Tippett, Assemblyman Amato, one shot. Center City, oceanfront doesn't become available often. So, for all you developers out there, I want you to know that we will be working hand in hand to produce something on this vacant land. That is what Trump Plaza will look like, minus this square, because that's where the East Tower is. They're renovating that, and that's what Rainforest Cafe. But look at what a beautiful corridor that any developer would have, and it's smack dead in the middle of Atlantic City. So this is what my administration is about. We are what the city of Atlantic City's hopes and dreams are made of. We covered a lot of things tonight. I know I went a little long, but if I was up here for 15 minutes, y'all would say I don't have no plan. That's far from the truth. But I couldn't do it without my hard-working staff. And I want right now everyone to give every employee in the great city of Atlantic City a round of applause. Now, when you look at it, State of the City addresses are normally a long speech. But some people are what you call visual learners. It's no way that you would have taken in all of this if I was standing up there just standing still and going on and on and on and on. We want to show you what it's about. And it's important that I stick up for my employees in the city of Atlantic City because we get a bad rap. You wouldn't have known all of this is going on in City Hall. You would have had that mindset that they don't do nothing, they just get paid. And we will never sell you short. So, with that being said, I thank each and every one of you for indulging in this long presentation. I'm prepared. I'm the man that led us through a crisis, and I will never leave you or forsake you. So with that being said, can we say great day? Great day. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, for just a few minutes and we're done. Let's give it up for the mayor one more time. It's a great day. Great day. Before our assembly persons leave and our lieutenant governor leave, it has been the mayor's request that the LG has some remarks before she depart. She spent all this time down in Atlantic City. She's got about a 2.5-hour ride, and we would be not right to have her have remarks. And then we, after the remarks of our lieutenant governor, we will have closing prayer by none other than Dr. Kimberly Holmes, who happens to be the new daughter of the city of Atlantic City, on loan from the state of New Jersey.
All right, good evening, everyone. First of all, let's give Mayor Small a wonderful round of applause, because that was a great presentation. One of my former work colleagues would always say that she's going to tell you what Elizabeth Taylor told her 8 husbands. Don't worry, I'm not going to keep you long. Okay? So I'm not going to keep you long. But I want to congratulate Mayor Small, his administration, and the entire Atlantic City community. Yes, give yourself a round of applause. Atlantic City is an iconic city, and it numbers amongst the iconic cities of this country. But I think what Mayor Small is bringing to Atlantic City is the self-confidence for Atlantic City to know that it is an iconic city. There is so much potential in this town. We are going to survive the pandemic. We do know that our gaming and hospitality industry has suffered woefully in this past year, but we are going to plug through it. The Murphy administration is committed to continuing to secure every resource we can to provide funding and direct support to small and micro businesses. Our Economic Development Authority has rolled out 16 different economic incentive programs to help support businesses and to attract new development. Atlantic City is a developer's dream, and I think the mayor has demonstrated that to you tonight. Yeah. There's just one thing I want to share as I close what my formal remarks are. And I think in the spirit of Black History Month, I want to share a quote from Martin Luther King. And Martin said, "We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied to a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects directly affects all indirectly." Our destinies and our futures are tied in Atlantic City. The residents, the property owners, the hospitality, gaming, property owners, the small businesses, the educational institutions, where our destiny and our fate is tied inextricably to one another. That is how Atlantic City is going to make the great comeback. We're going to do it together. We have to. I was a legislator that did not support the implementation of MISRA. And I wind up being a commissioner that has local government services under its umbrella. I have learned a great deal about this city in the past 3.5 years that the Murphy administration has been in government. Governor Murphy made a commitment to this community that we were not going to, quote, Bigfoot you. We want to be a partner with you. We want to be a collaborator with you. And we want to begin to help Atlantic City access resources that are available that were never tapped into by this community. We owe a lot of the energy that we see to Jim Johnson, who became Governor Murphy's advisor on what needed to be done here. We continue at Local Government Services and DCA to implement the plan that Jim created. Numero uno for me as the commissioner is to make certain that the people who were born, raised, and will be dead in Atlantic City, that we invest in those people. And that is the citizens of this town. There are multi-generations of families who have been through Atlantic City, the good times and the bad times. And the one thing I want to commit to you as long as I am commissioner and lieutenant governor, is that Atlantic City can emerge, evolve, parallel with the uplifting of the resident population here, and you best be assured we will not see a community that gets gentrified. Do not have that fear. Don't have that fear. So thank you. I appreciate working with all of you. I appreciate all that everyone has done. I do want to thank Dr. Kimberly Holmes, and after Rob Long went off into another assignment, Kim picked up the reins, and she works very closely with the administration. And Kim, we want to thank you for all that you do and continue to do with the people of Atlantic City. And then in closing, some nights I worry about Marty. But when I see the aunties, and I see wifey, and I see mother-in-law, and I see Junior and Jada, I can sleep at night because you all got it in check, right? Good night, everybody.